So, Novak Djokovic. I mean, he just showed everyone again why he's the GOAT. It's as simple as that. I don't think I need to articulate anything more. I don't think I need to go deeper into that, but I'm going to anyway. I mean, Novak just, 428 weeks at number one, 24 Grand Slams, just won his 100th big title, most amount of prize money ever, has 4 seasons in tennis lore, which are seen as 4 of the greatest seasons ever, 2011, 2015, 2021, and 2023, where he won 3 of the 4 majors. You know, he's won this tournament 3 times, and if Rafael Nadal didn't exist, it'd probably be more looking like 7 or 8. He's one of the 3 or 4 greatest clay quarters ever, which is his worst surface, and he's won 3 French Opens. So, I mean, there's not just much more to say. He beat Zverev today in a match that, I'll be honest, I didn't know if he was going to be able to win. I said that a quarterfinal appearance for Djokovic in this tournament, given his age and the stage he's at in his career, would be very good because he had a very favorable draw. His first 4 matches were against very, very favorable opposition. Some guy named McDonald from America, never heard of him before in the first round. That was like a tune-up, who cared anyway. Mute against Mute in the second round. That was actually quite an entertaining match. Mute forced a tiebreaker in the 3rd set. Obviously, Misolic and then Nori, light work, but Zverev actually won the first set, and he broke Djokovic on the very first game of this match. And that was the moment where I thought, yeah, Zverev's got this. Zverev's one of the best players in the world, and he's the one guy who you can tell is hungry for a slam, because he's 28. The guys younger than him, 5-6 years younger than him, Sinner and Alcaraz, have really carried the torch of this next generation, and they seem to be the guys. It seems to be that it will be them who will be part of this next great rivalry. We thought that Holger Rune could be part of it, and he's won a couple tournaments, even one this year, but it seems like he's out of it, and those two are just in a class above. So they'll be the next great rivalry after we had the falling of the big 3. It seems like those two will carry the torch. It just seemed like there was quite a gap because Djokovic was born in 87 and then Sinner was born in 2001. So the generation from 88 to 2000, like, you know, the early 90s, mid 90s when they were born generation, seems like they kind of died. But anyway, it seemed to me that Zverev played a very good first set. Djokovic, I think, had a couple chances to break. He saved them all. But then the moment that Djokovic broke in the second set, the first thing I thought to myself is, Alexander Zverev stands so far back behind the end line that the most simple and accurate drop shot will get him. And especially him being that tall and having to widen his legs so much. And, you know, he's able to stretch so far out and able to stretch up here and grab here in any direction because he's so tall and has such a big frame. But it also takes a lot of energy and lactic acid and all of that for him to constantly go for those drop shots, those drop balls that are just right at the net. And Djokovic was just spamming them. He was just spamming X on them like crazy, and they just kept working. Alexander Zverev had no plan for it. I heard John McEnroe even saying on the broadcast, the fact that he does not adjust his return position on Djokovic's serves is crazy. He stands incredibly far back, may hit a pretty nice return, but then the moment he hits a nice return, if Djokovic comes to the net, he can beat him. He saved a couple of break points, especially in the final set when Djokovic was trying to win the last game. Zverev had a couple chances to break, but Djokovic just kept drop shot, serve and volley, play at the net. There's nothing you can do. And in tennis, when you figure out that your opponent has one big, strong weakness, and you're a player as good as Djokovic, or even 90% of the player that Djokovic is, and you're able to constantly exploit that, it's going to be a long night for you. And it was a long night for Zverev after he came out strong. He came out swinging, and I thought, yeah, this one looked good. And especially after the Australian Open earlier this year, I was really looking forward to that match, and I do still think that if Djokovic was healthy, he would have won that match over Zverev, but, you know, obviously he retired anyway. But even that went to a tiebreak. The first set with Djokovic injured went to a tiebreak, so you have to think that Djokovic, completely healthy, would have probably beaten Zverev. Probably would have lost to Sinner in Australia because Jannik Sinner is just on another planet right now. I mean, that guy destroyed Alexander Bublik today. Like, it wasn't even close. Like, Bublik was amazing, especially from sets 2 to 4 against Draper, but he had no answers for Sinner. That guy is just robotic, and I think like many of us are saying, it's gearing up for another Sinner-Alcaraz final. I say another, they haven't met in the Grand Slam final, but it's gearing up for that final. Alcaraz has beaten Sinner the last 4 times, but the one thing you got to applaud about Sinner is he plays at the same level no matter who his opponent is. That's how he's able to absolutely destroy some people, like destroyed Rublev, destroyed Bublik. You know, he's able to annihilate some guys like it's light work. You know, Lehechka was 94 minutes, like I said yesterday. The thing with Alcaraz is he kind of lets people get back in the match sometimes. He's dropped 3 sets in this tournament already to guys where he should not have dropped those sets. But when he needs to be on, he's on, and he's as deadly as anybody else. So it's definitely a thing where I think Alcaraz has it as control because, like I said, he's the best clay courter in the world. But Sinner, I mean, he can do anything, and he can do it all. And that powerful serve and all that power that he gets from such that light frame, that's why many people think he's doping, of course. But I'm getting very ahead of myself. I cannot wait for Djokovic Sinner because we don't know for sure that Sinner's going to win that match. Cannot wait for that. Djokovic just showed again why he's the GOAT. 51st Grand Slam semifinal. I mean, he's made every Grand Slam, he's made the final at least 7 times. At least 7 times, every single one. And yeah, he's trying to make history with number 25. It would be poetic if he won number 25 in 2025. On the very court that he's had the most trouble winning slams, on the very court where he won his gold medal and kind of completed his tennis career, it would be incredibly poetic. We'll see what happens there, but just what a match by Novak Djokovic. Coming back after being down that first set, you know, that's the time where you think that would a lot of other players in the world give up? Absolutely, especially with somebody who's the number 3 ranked player in the world. And like I said, is so hungry for a slam. You know, he needs one. I think we all feel like Zverev should win one, but there are 2 guys younger than him that are just better. And if a 38-year-old is beating you as well, and a guy younger than you are beating you as well, that kind of leaves you in no man's land. So major props to Djokovic. He was amazing today. Especially in sets 2 through 4. He just knew what worked and he kept doing it, and he had precision accuracy. His forehand was working, his backhand's down the line, but it was the drop shot that killed Zverev, and that's a huge hole in his game that he has to fix. Cannot wait for the semifinals. It seems like a dream. Alcaraz Musetti is going to be phenomenal as well, and that was a very entertaining day of tennis.